Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here for day 2 of the Class B South Dakota Men's State Championships. Almost screwed that up. I got it under order now. I'm Gage Ravellette on the call tonight. Alongside me is Zach Spear on the camera, computer, and color, kind of doing it all behind the scenes. Tonight's matchup is going to be the number 6 seeded Freeman Flyers taking on the number 7 seeded Aberdeen Christian Knights. The Freeman Flyers last night fell to Viborg Hurley. It was a close one until the end before the Cougars pulled away. Aberdeen Christian, on the other hand, lost a tough one against St. Mary's of Del Rapid. Looking into this matchup, before we begin, we have plenty of time before tip-off. We'll kind of go through the stats, what we think of the game, and other things. But first, I'd like to give a thanks to SDPB for allowing us to be here, giving us the opportunity to broadcast these games. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcasted live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out the SDPB Sports on social media. Another group of people I'd like to thank are our sponsors for tonight. We couldn't do it without you. We are very thankful that you sponsor. Vernier Freeman Merchant State Bank, CHS Agronomy, C&B Operations, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Dental, Vision Care Associates Freeman, Freeman Lumber Company, Golden West Communications, Core Trust Banks, Sioux International, Sorry Auto Body, Freeman Regional Health Services, Janelle Pearson, Next Home Tri-State Realty, and lastly, Yankton Thrive. Once again, I can't thank the sponsors enough for what they do. We couldn't do without them. Looking into this matchup, Aberdeen Christian comes into the state tournament with a record of 18-5. As I said, it's now 18-6 after the loss yesterday. The Flyers, on the other hand, come into the tournament with a record of 19-5. That is now 19-4, excuse me, and that is now 19-5 following the loss from the Cougars. Zach, we kind of talked about it before we went live. What do you kind of expect from this Freeman team as they go to hopefully advance to the Consolation Championship against the Knights?
As we had kind of talked about yesterday, Gage, after their game against Viborg Hurley, one thing that we'd really like to see improve from them is their handling of the ball. There was a lot of turnovers, and a lot of them being unforced turnovers, and they're really going to have to try and keep that under check, Gage, if they want to try and win this game and advance to the Consolation Championship. One thing to note, they're going to be without their stud today. We have gotten word that David Walter will not be playing, and David Walter's such a great player for Freeman. He did a nice job yesterday. He was a big part of that second quarter comeback that brought them right back in against Viborg Hurley. He averages 19 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and over 1 assist per game. That's all as a freshman. So David Walter not going to be active today for the Freeman Flyers. They're going to have to rely heavily on some other players. One player I expect to step up big time, Tate Sorensen. He's their second leading scorer on the season, 14 points per game, 6.5 rebounds from him per game. He's going to have a big game. One thing about Aberdeen Christian, they're a lengthy team, but not as lengthy as Viborg Hurley. Viborg Hurley, probably the lengthiest, tallest team we have in all of Class B. But Tate Sorensen's going to have his hands full, and he's going to have a big performance. Another one is Luke Peters, just shy of 10 points per game. I think if they have a chance at winning, he's got to score 12 plus here in today's game. Of course, winner of this game will go to the Consolation Championship game, and loser of the game will head to the 7th place game. That'll be the first game played tomorrow. Lots of great things going on as this game just wraps up. The Wall Eagles defeat the Lyman Raiders 59-55. What a great game this was. Hoping for another great one coming up.
Yeah, and like you said, the winner of this one will now take on the Wall Eagles. They did just win 59-55. Close barn burner here. I almost didn't want to start the broadcast because I wanted to finish watching this one, but nevertheless, we are live. The loser will take on the Lyman Raiders for the 7th and 8th place game. Looking at this Aberdeen Christian Knights team, one thing that sticks out is their 2 leading scorers, Luke Kaiser and Brooks Jett. They both average double-digit points in the game, and they both shoot beyond the arc over 37%. Brooks Kaiser shooting 37% and Jett shooting 39%. So 2 efficient scores, especially beyond the arc. I imagine they'll get going. That's not going to really play into this Flyers team. As we've seen, the Cougars did succeed very well behind the arc yesterday. I'm hoping they can kind of limit that against the Knights, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Different team, different game plan. And like you said, we'll get into starting lineups earlier, but David Waltner will be out. Replacing him will be number 20, Luke Miller, also a freshman, 6'1". We'll have to see the kind of impact he makes in the starting lineup for tonight. Well, that's all we got for now. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back for some more pregame action, a look at the rest of the state tournament, and some more coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 for Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msb-sd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is always proud to sponsor the athletic and academic activities of the communities they serve. Good luck to all the area teams in their games.
CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At C&B Operations in Freeman, we're proud to be part of this vibrant community where hard work, passion, and dedication shine through every student. Whether on the field, in the classroom, or on stage, every student is a champion in their own way. We're here to support Freeman and Freeman Academy athletes, scholars, and students involved in clubs and activities that make our town thrive. C&B, your hometown partner, cheering on all the young champions of Freeman.
Keep dreaming big and reaching high.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available.
And back from break, once again, I'm Gage Ravellette on the call, on the color, camera, and computer. Doing it all is Zach Spears. Both teams are now on the court warming up for the pregame. We'll take a second to look at the scores around the state and the other state tournaments. Starting with the Bees, in the semifinals is the number 1 Castlewood against the number 4 Wessington Springs. On the lower side of the bracket is number 2 Dale Rapids St. Mary's against number 3 Viborg Hurley. We will cover that game later tonight, so tune back in here on Fuller Digital Solutions or wherever else you are catching us live. We will be back to cover the game. Looking at the Consolation side, only one game has been completed, and that's number 8 Wall beating number 5 Lyman 59-55, and the second game in the Consolation side is this one, number 6 Freeman taking on number 7 Aberdeen Christian. Looking at the other state tournaments in Class A in the semifinals is number 1 Sioux Falls Christian taking on number 5 Lennox. Number 2 Hamlin taking on number 3 Rapid City Christian. Over to the Consolations, number 4 West Central beating number 8 Groton Area 59-40. Number 6 Clarkwell Lake taking on number 7 Hill City. That game should be starting around the same time as this one, unless they're a little ahead of schedule. Moving on to Double A. In the semifinals, number 1 Sioux Falls Lincoln takes on number 4 Mitchell.
That should be a great game right there, Gage. I've seen firsthand both Sioux Falls Lincoln and Mitchell. Sioux Falls Lincoln lost once this season. You know who's against? Mitchell. So that should be a great game, and that's one to keep an eye on for sure.
Moving on into the other semifinals matchup, it will be number 2 Brandon Valley taking on number 3 Harrisburg. Onto the Consolation side of the bracket, number 5 Huron is currently in a close battle with number 8 Spearfish, 20-13 with 2 minutes before halftime. The other matchup in the loser side, Consolation side of the bracket, is number 10 Sioux Falls Jefferson taking on number 6 O'Gorman. It looks like Harrisburg almost lost to number 6 O'Gorman 48-45. That would have been an exciting matchup to see. Too bad we're at the Beast tournament instead, but I can't complain after that last game we just watched.
And of course we should be in for a good one here today as these teams match up very well. Their record only different by one game. A one-game swing is the Aberdeen Christian Knights 18-6, the Freeman Flyers 19-5. And one thing to point out in the quarterfinals across AA, A, and B, there was only one upset in all the quarterfinal games. And is a 5 seed beating a 4 seed really an upset? Not too much, but Lennox beating West Central would be the one upset we saw in all of basketball yesterday. Now here, that would favor the Freeman Flyers as they come in a higher seed than Aberdeen Christian. The 6th seed versus the 7th seed. The Flyers holding that 6th spot. But again, without David Walter, that could be tricky as Walter, such a great player. We'll see how they're able to go without their leader on the floor.
Yeah, that kind of brings up one point I would like to talk about. You said both of these teams line up pretty nicely in terms of play styles. But the Flyers are very young. They play a very young lineup. As we mentioned, Waltner's a freshman. He is, of course, out, but they're replacing him with a freshman. Another freshman starts, 2 juniors, and only 1 senior. Looking at this roster, I'm pretty sure it's 80% freshmen, so they're very short-handed on the upperclassmen edge, and to be at the state tournament with a handful of freshmen like you are, it has to look good for the future. It has to look good right now to see the talent you have coming up. Over onto the Knights side of Aberdeen Christian, they're more of an older lineup, a lot of juniors, I should say. Their starting lineup consists of mostly sophomores, but all of their bench depth is going to be mostly juniors. So I don't want to say that they're an older team and this is only going to be one of the only years they're going to be good for a while, but they should look really good next year.
And they're going to lose a lot of talent after that.
Yep, and you could say it's more of a rebuilding year, but I can only imagine the freshmen they have coming up who's going to replace them. You have to imagine that. It's not going to be terrible. If you have juniors like this and sophomores playing and in the state tournament like they are, you have to be able to have a coaching staff that develops kids at least pretty decent, if not good. So I'm not worried about this Aberdeen Christian team. You have to think they'll be back here for a couple of years after that.
Absolutely. Both teams probably looking like really bright futures for each side with not a lot of seniors in play. Of course, Freeman does have 1 senior starter in Sawyer Whiff, and they will miss him. But when you return pretty much all of your other players, and then off the bench, we do see Christopher Asen getting a lot of minutes as well. So he and Sawyer Whiff will be the 2 seniors who play good minutes for the Flyers that they will not return next year. But as you mentioned, it's 2 teams with a bright future, and, wouldn't be shocked to see you and I sitting here next year in the Class B state tournament covering these 2 teams again.
Yeah, covering the same teams. How ironic would that be? Well, we got 9 minutes before the game is set to tip off. We'll take one more commercial break and be back for the starting lineups and the rest that we have on our papers on the Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com.
At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Freeman Regional Health Services, we're committed to your family's health and well-being. Whether it's an emergency, an annual checkup, or senior care, we're proud to serve Freeman and the surrounding communities. We're excited to now offer Planet Heart and Body Composition scans, expanding our services to meet your needs. Visit freemanregional.com to learn more about our compassionate, high-quality care. We look forward to caring for you. Freeman Regional Health Services is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Since 1987, Sari Auto Body in Freeman has been repairing your car from headlights to taillights. Been in a wreck? They can fix it. Windshield replacement or repair? They do that too. From oil changes, tires, wheel alignments, and even engine overhauls. They can handle it all. One business in Freeman to remember, Sari Auto Body. Make them your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Sari Auto Body in Freeman is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. When it's time to get your vision checked, you go to the eye care center that has the latest technology. Vision Care Associates now offers new OptiMap dilation free exams in both the Freeman and Parkston clinics. It's quick and easy. Best of all, it keeps your day interruption free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. See the best when you visit Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
And back from break, we'll take a look at some of the stats going into this matchup. We'll start with Freeman, as that's a team we covered yesterday. We do know a little bit about them. Freeman comes into this matchup averaging 65, almost 0.9, pretty much 66 points per game, while giving up 51.5 points per game, a difference of 14 per game. They've done a really nice job at holding teams to around 50, as I just said. That's some pretty good defense, if you ask me. I'd like to see them average over 70 points, but you really can't complain if you're scoring 66 and holding teams to around that 50, if not under 50 mark. You have the stats from yesterday. I'll let you talk about that a little bit, Zach.
So for the Freeman Flyers, we've got their stats from yesterday's game. In that game, Sawyer Whiff had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and a couple steals. Taden Kerrigan with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. 5 points from Luke Peters, along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. David Walter led their team in scoring with 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Again, they will be without Walter here today. 4 points and a rebound for Trey Maskey. Quentin Anderson, we saw at the end of the game, got 1 defensive rebound. Christopher Asen in this game with 1 rebound. Brody Sorensen got in the game, did not register a stat. Lane McCune, we saw pull in a rebound. Braden Mango pulled in a rebound. 5 points for Luke Miller, along with a couple of rebounds. Caden Waltner in this game did not record a stat. Oliver Waltner did not record a stat. Tannen Auk in this game had 1 block, and then Tate Sorensen ended the game with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal. But, a lot of those players, when I say didn't register a stat, there was about 90 seconds left in the game. Both teams kind of, so to say, called off the dogs and put in some younger players or players who just don't see as much floor time. And so that's why they maybe didn't necessarily record a stat. But for the Freeman Flyers, again, expect Tate Sorensen's going to have to step up and become a leader here. The junior on his team is really going to have to play well in this one without David Walter, their freshman phenom. And also I expect Luke Peters, another junior, a couple players with a little bit more experience, a little older. Expect them to try and keep the team settled down. When you lose that leading scorer on your team, you can come out and just try to shoot your way out of it. I won't be surprised to see the Flyers shooting a lot of threes, but they cannot rely too heavily beyond the arc. They're going to have to work it down low, even though they have the height disadvantage. I'm just looking at Aberdeen Christian's roster. I'm seeing 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". Well, for the Flyers, David Walter was their tallest player at 6'4", and then after him, they've got Oliver Waltner at 6'3", but doesn't play a whole lot, and Tate Sorensen at 6'2". So Tate Sorensen is going to have his hands full, but I think he's going to have a good game. We'll see how he's affected by that length of the Aberdeen Christian Knights. We already kind of talked about how Luke Kaiser and Brooks Jett for the Knights lead their team in scoring, both in double digits, 10.1 points per game for Luke Kaiser. Brooks Jett with 15 points per game. But what's insane is Brooks Jett shoots 65% from the floor, Gage. 15 points on over 60% shooting, 8.5 rebounds per game. He's going to be looking for a big game as he's only a sophomore, 6'5". He's the second tallest on his team, following only Lincoln Kaiser. And Lincoln Kaiser, a senior on his team, plays a little bit, kind of gets in when the game's at a big difference and it's probably over. So Brooks Jett is definitely the player from Aberdeen Christian I have circled on my roster. Here's a name to watch. He's going to make a big impact in this game, and we'll see if Tate Sorensen is able to kind of control him. Expect a little help defense down low from Freeman. When you're at a height disadvantage, I got to see it with the Yankton Bucks all year. Height disadvantages, it's never a good thing, but you have to have help defense. When their big man gets it down low, you want someone behind, between him and the hoop, and then someone in front as well. First of all, to deter that pass even getting in down low. And then if you do stop him down low, his post moves aren't working, you don't really give him much of an option of passing out either. Hopefully he can pick up a lane violation on his end, or maybe even force him into throwing it into the hands of one of your guys.
Yeah, and to circle back on this Freeman team, watching them play yesterday, we were able to see them get hot, play really good basketball, keep it close with Viborg, and even I thought they were going to win that game as they brought it close right before the half. They got hot at the end of the second quarter, and we're like, wow, this is why the team is in the state tournament. From the first half beyond the arc, they shot 5 from 10, 50%, and that's pretty good in my book. But really the key factor on why Viborg was able to pull ahead down the stretch at the end of the game is the Flyers shot a 0 for 8 behind the arc in the second half, and that's something in the state tournament you're not going to be able to do. And like we already mentioned earlier in the broadcast, there's some players on this Knights team that are shooting really good behind the arc. They're able to score that three ball, and then even Brooks Jett underneath, and his size, you have to be able to stop him in the paint if you're going to be able to win a game, get to the Consolation Championship. And like I said, they hold teams to around that 50-point mark. You have to think the coaching has a game plan to stop the Knights today, but we'll have to see how it pans out, whether they're going to limit the threes beyond the arc or they're going to stop Jett underneath, under the basket. Well, the clock has hit 0 on the scoreboard, so we will get underway with the starting rosters. They have them on the court. We won't really be following around the court, but I'll go ahead and start. Starting with the number 6 Freeman Flyers and their number 1 spot, number 10 Sawyer With, number 11 Tayden Kerrigan, number 20 Luke Miller, number 22 Luke Peters, and lastly at the 5, number 42 Tate Sorensen. And like we said earlier, number 35 David Waltner is out. Replacing him is number 20 Luke Miller, also a freshman. Moving on to the number 7 Aberdeen Christian Knights. Their starting lineup will consist of number 0 Jet Johnson, number 1 Dylan Hofer, number 2 Elias Russell, number 3 Luke Kaiser, and lastly at the 5 spot, number 4 Brooks Jet. We should be underway for a good, exciting matchup. I really can't wait. The more we dive into the stats and stuff, the more exciting this matchup looks to me. I think we're going to take a quick 30-second break and be back for the tip-off here on Classic Hits 106.3 for Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com.
It started with a rancher who built a fence that bordered a land. This is where we began. A copper wire strung from one fence post to the next. That lone wire went on to connect one family to another and then another, until one day it touched us all. At Golden West, we didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No, we just brought them together.
And just back in time for the tip-off. Before we start, I'd like to say the Flyers are in their maroon jerseys, while the Knights are in their white with maroon trim. The Flyers look like they will be going left from right after the tip, and the Knights will be going right to left. Knights do win the tip in the hands of number 1, Dylan Hofer, as he brings it up, passes it on the far side. Looking for a place to go is number 3, Luke Kaiser. Guarded by number 10, Sawyer Whiff on the far side. Loses the ball back out. I thought he was going to do a little cross to the baseline, but instead loses it. Picks up is the Knights still in possession along baseline. Floater up, no good. Rebounded by number 20, Luke Miller. Talked about him replacing Waltner. We'll have to see the kind of impact, and it's starting to be a good one for the Flyers as they get the rebound from Miller and almost the first basket from Sawyer Whiff. Shot is no good. Nice get the second rebound of the game in the hands of number 1, Dylan Hofer. Straight to the rim, no good. Shot up, rebounded by the Flyers. Up the court is Kerrigan. Moves his way, slices through the defense. Little Euro step action. Shot is no good. It's actually blocked by the Knights. I think that was number 4. Brooks Jet under the basket and low. Foul is called, and wow, Brooks Jet is huge.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can read on paper how big a player is, and then you see him in person, and it's a whole different situation.
So first points of this game will be a free throw from number 11, Taden Kerrigan, a freshman at 5'11", averages 6 points a game as he gets his first one here tonight. Minute through this one, 2 free throws are good, and it looks like a lane violation. Free throw won't count. The score will stay 1-0.
And I tell you, Gage, when you're shooting free throws, you make it, and you hear there's a lane violation, you're not too happy about it.
No, you're not. Knights with the ball on the far side. Kaiser having trouble keeping a hold of the ball. He does get the little outlet pass down low to Hoffer, and the Knights are on the board with the 1-point lead. Flyers pushing up the pace of the court on the offensive side, looking for a place to go. That's Miller. Top of the key, now over to Peters. Peters down low, almost blocked by Jet, but he gets the ball around him, and another basket for the Flyers. 3-2 is the score, 6:30 left in the quarter. Knights back on the far side. That seems to be their go-to place where they run their offensive out of. Cross-court pass to Jet. Jet backs out to Johnson. 3 ball from Johnson up, and it's no good. It looked good in the air for me. I almost had the 3 call. Flyers get the rebound back in the hands of Wirfs. Ball goes around the horn. Wirfs drives in, back out to Kerrigan. Shot up, mid-range jumper, no good. Knights get the rebound. 3-2 is the score, just under the 6-minute mark through the first quarter. Knights really haven't been able to find their groove on the offensive side of the floor other than that almost backdoor layup that they had to give them their only basket of the game. Kaiser on the far side, trying to create a mismatch, loses the ball, picks it back up, double team, kick out pass along baseline. That's Russell, shot up, no good. The Knights do get the rebound. It looks like it was poked free. The Flyers pick it back up. Peters over to Wirfs. Baseline poked out of bounds. I think the ref calls that a kick ball as it went off, I believe, a foot of the Knights. I couldn't really see.
And, yep, it looks like Freeman will keep possession, but so far a defensive effort on each side, low scoring.
Back inbounded the ball. 3 ball for the Flyers looks good. It's not off, just a little bit right off the front of the rim. Knights get the rebound, bringing it up, down 1. 3-2 is a score. The Flyers lead. In the post is Jett. Kicks it back out. That's number 22, Grady Jett. 3 ball is good for the Knights. No, it was a long 2. I'm a little wrong. Long 2 for the Knights. 4-3 is the score. Flyers want to answer quick. Mid-range jump shot by number 22, Luke Peters, is no good. It looks like he did draw the foul, so he'll go to the line for 2. We're under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Low-scoring game. And a timeout is called before the free throw. So we'll take a quick timeout as well from Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and KVHT.com.
At the Freeman Parkston Dental Centers, you will receive the highest quality comprehensive dental care in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Freeman Parkston Dental Centers strive to provide the best general, cosmetic, and emergency dental care in the area. In addition to general dentistry, they offer Invisalign, teeth whitening, dental implants, and pediatric services. The team is highly trained, professional, and compassionate. Freeman and Parkston Dental Centers are a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
And back from the break, we do have free throws right before the break. On the line is number 22, Luke Peters, a junior who stands 5'11" for the Flyers. First one's up and is good as the Flyers now tie it 4-4 with 4:51 left in the first quarter. Second free throw up and good as well. So Flyers take the lead once again, 5-4. As we're under the 5-minute mark. Knights with the ball on the offensive side. They need to work and find some kind of rhythm, whether that's down low or behind the arc. Post work from number 3, that's Luke Kaiser, no good. Good moves, I thought, but just couldn't get the basket to fall. Flyers have it once again from the near corner. Wanted the 3, he will take it. That's number 43, Tate Sorensen. His shot no good. Rebounded by the man, number 4, Brooks Jett, who Zach, you talked about earlier in this one. Luke Kaiser down low to Ellis Russell. Back out. Flyers moving the ball. They need to find something, and they do. That's Brooks Jett with the basket following his rebound.
And those are the nice post moves we're expecting to see here. When you've got the height advantage, use it to your advantage.
Use it as you will. Flyers with the ball back out. 3 ball from the Flyers. That's number 22, Luke Peters. Will sink that one for his team and take the 2-point lead once again. Not really of a press defense that we've seen a lot from this season from all sorts of teams around the state. So kind of interesting. That pass poked free. As I was talking, Wirfs, free layup, poked free again. So Wirfs jumps the pass. But loses it on the rebound. Let's take a look at that 3 once again from the Flyers. No, that's the layup. So Wirfs poked it free, loses the ball on the layup, and we're back into action. Freeman has it at the top of the key as they swing the ball around the horn. Peters, top of the key again. I don't know if he was going up for a shot or a pass.
I think he was going for a shot. He kind of lost the basketball. Just looked a little odd, knocked out by Aberdeen Christian, though.
But yeah, nevertheless, it is out of bounds, and the Flyers will rebound. Inbounding the ball is Christopher Asen for the Flyers as they get it down low to Peters. His shot no good, rebounded by Jett of the Knights. Knights now push a pace. They had a 2-on-1, kick it back out in the near corner, hopefully for a 3. That's kind of what I want to see from the Knights. Hofer working it down low, double teamed. He's getting swarmed by the Flyers, and now a foul call I think that's going to be on Freeman, number 34, Tannen out. Of the Flyers. So the Knights do inbound once again, mid-range from the post, no good. Flyers get the rebound. With the rebound is number 32, Oliver Waltner. His first of the game. Now a travel is called on the Flyers. They had an open lane along the baseline. They just couldn't keep the dribble with their feet as they got in a little hurry. While the ref calls a travel, Knights get it back. Kind of the little break the Knights need to keep this one close. They need to put points on the board and maybe find a groove for this offense.
And that's those unwarranted turnovers we were talking about. You can't have too many of those in state basketball.
Started off good with the turnover so far. One early won't hopefully hurt them too much. The Knights put up a three. It's no good. Rebounded by the Flyers. Peters back out to Sorensen. Around the horn to Asen. Back to Sorensen. Another three ball from Sorensen. A little deep. I think he was looking at the college three. That one no good. Knights have the ball in transition, and they get the layup. I was thinking maybe a foul call. There was a little contact. The refs won't call it, and that one's poked out of bounds.
And right now, Gage, what we're seeing on the offensive side, I mentioned it, the Flyers cannot rely too heavily on the three ball, and right now that's kind of what I am seeing from them, is they're out there leading score. They know they are going to have to score elsewhere, but right now you're going to have to try driving, attacking a little bit more.
Yeah, and they've done a pretty good job so far attacking the rim with their mid-range shots and layups. We'll have to see if they work away from that three-pointer. We do know they can get hot, as they did last night, but we can also see the cold streaks that come along with it. Knights with the ball, top of the key. Over, inside, back out once again. That's number 10, Rodriguez Martinez, as he can't find a lane to the basket. Three ball from Jet Johnson, no good on the far side. Knights get the offensive rebound and the putback. I think the Flyers thought they got the rebound, but instead it was the Knights who came away with it. Bringing it up the court for the Flyers is Kerrigan. He finds his way to the rack. A little onion on that layup. But that one no good, and we will now have some substitutions for the Knights. I believe that's number 0, Jet Johnson, coming out, and replacing him, number 22, Grady Jett.
A lot of Jets in this game.
A lot of Jets in this game. Knights bring it up. Hofer getting the inbound as he has the ball once again. Loses his footing a little bit. That allows him to lose the ball. Freeman takes advantage of it as Kerrigan now brings it up in the hands of Asen. Could have went to the rim, instead back out to Kerrigan. Floater is good. Nothing but net from Kerrigan. We're all tied at 10, still under a minute left in the first quarter. This game is neck and neck. Another pass poke free from the Knights. Kerrigan with it. Should have a free layup here. He does. So 2 jumped passes for the Flyers. Sets up 2 points off of turnovers. Good way to start the game. The Knights now down 2, 30 seconds left. A half a second separates the game clock and shot clock as the Knights have it on the far side. A little fancy pass sets Jets up. Brooks Jet with the layup, a little too strong on it. And now I don't know if that was a foul call on the shot. No, it looks to be after the shot, and we have more substitutions as number 10, Raymond Rodriguez Martinez, checks out. And I didn't really catch who came back in for him, as the Flyers also had a substitution. So Knights have it after the foul as they look to inbound. 5 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off. 3 ball. Last second shot from Luke Kaiser is good to give them the lead after one, 13-12. This one is tight. I can't imagine either team will run away. And a 3 ball for the Flyers as we look at the replay. Not a 3 ball, excuse me, a floater. I'm getting the wrong information. We'll take a quick 30-second, maybe a minute commercial break and be back for the start of the second here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and KBHT.com.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msb-sd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is always proud to sponsor the athletic and academic activities of the communities they serve. Good luck to all the area teams in their games.
Back a little late into the action as you do get to see the basket from Taden Kerrigan. Number 11, the freshman for the Flyers, hopefully doing it all for his team as he's the only one for the Flyers on the court with points. He has 7. As I say that, the Knights will answer. That's number 22, Grady Jett, their first basket of the quarter. Right back inbounded to Kerrigan for the Flyers as they look to keep this pace high. Down low, that's number 42, Tate Sorensen, using his moves, a little hop step euro to find the basket, and 2 more points for the Flyers as they lead by 1. As I was saying, a little late into the action, you didn't miss much, just the inbound and maybe a quick little move from Kerrigan, but you did get to see the points. Knights have it, driving baseline, that's Russell, hits the deck, but he does get a pass-off. Pass poked free from Brooks Jett as the Flyers have it, 2-on-1 in transition. Shot is blocked by number 1, Dylan Hofer of the Knights as that one goes out of bounds.
Big defensive play there as, it's a quick play. That transition defense, that can be a make or break in a game like this, and that was just a heck of an effort by Aberdeen Christian.
One thing to note is the Flyers have been doing a good job at getting turnovers, getting in transition, but the Knights have done an even better job at stopping the Flyers in transition with their transition defense, with a block there and a poke ball free earlier in the game. Knights have it back following the block and a turnover from the Flyers. Top of the key is Luke Kaiser. Down low in the post, Jett finds an open Hofer. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound from the Knights. Kaiser looking to push it off the leg of Sorensen as that one goes out of bounds. Knights should keep possession.
Just a smart play there. You're going to go out of bounds anyways. Throw it off the opponent. We've seen it time after time, and it's just a good basketball move. It's clean and legal.
So both number 3, Luke Kaiser for the Knights, and number 32, Oliver Waltner, will for the Flyers check out onto the bench. So 2 new guys, 1 for each team, into the game for substitutions. Knights have it on the far side. That's Jett Johnson. Back out is Elias Russell. Makes a man fall. Shot up, no good. Gets his own tip in, though, and 2 more points for the Knights. This is a close one, 17-16, as we near the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Kerrigan down low to Sorensen, looking to work in the post, has it, half spin, shot up, blocked by Brooks Jett. Another block for Jett, and you have to imagine he's got to be getting close to that 4-5 mark for the Knights. And
I think he picked up the foul on that one, though.
He did kind of come across his back. I did not see the ref call it, but anyhow, Tate Sorensen to the line for 2. First one is good. We're tied at 17. Substitutions for both teams is number 3, Luke Kaiser, and number 14, Ethan Beal. Check in. Number 1, Dylan Hofer, and number 22, Grady Jett. Check out. Second free throw from the Flyers, up and good. That's Tate Sorensen. He now has 4 in the game. Scoring has kind of been spread out for the Flyers, really a mix of 3 guys. Number 11, Taden Kerrigan, and number 22, Luke Peters, have kind of worked the ball around for this Flyers team, giving them the 18 points that they have. Brooks Jett gets the loose ball back out to Kaiser, drives in himself, picks up the foul. He should be shooting 2. I thought the ref called it on the floor right away, but no, he does hold up the 2 shots.
So he's got a chance to take a lead for his team as the Knights, they trail 17-18, 5:27 to play in this first half.
First free throw up and good. That's number 3, Luke Kaiser, as he now has 6 points in the game so far. 5.5 minutes left before the half. Can the Knights take the lead by 1? All in the hands of Kaiser. Second shot up and good for the Knights. They do take the lead by 1, 19-18. Kerrigan now pushes the pace for the Flyers, trying to get their quick floater. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Brooks Jett. Jett now in the hands of Russell. Kaiser on the near side. Russell has room for the 3, doesn't take it. Now down low is Jett. Kerrigan read that pass like a book, picks it off. The Flyers have it back. Sorensen will bring it up for his team, drives the lane, backs out in the post, half spin under the basket. Shot is stuffed by Brooks Jett as that one goes out of bounds.
So yet again, another rejection.
Now a timeout is called on the floor before we get inbound. I didn't see who took it, but it will be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well, and we'll be back in a moment in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At C&B Operations in Freeman, we're proud to be part of this vibrant community where hard work, passion, and dedication shine through every student. Whether on the field, in the classroom, or on stage, every student is a champion in their own way. We're here to support Freeman and Freeman Academy athletes, scholars, and students involved in clubs and activities that make our town thrive. C&B, your hometown partner, cheering on all the young champions of Freeman.
Keep dreaming big and reaching high.
And back from the break. It looks like the Flyers do have the possession as they need to inbound following the blocked shot by Brooks Jett of the Knights. 19-18 is a score as we're just under the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. Sorensen along the free throw line, tries to drive in. Back out is number 22, Luke Peters. Throws up a little runner. That one's off the backboard and good. The Flyers have the lead once again, 20-19. Lead is 1. 4.5 minutes left before the half. Knights with a chance to answer. Luke Kaiser drives in, has a lane. A little right-handed layup. Can't really get easier than that. And the Knights take the 1-point lead back. Kerrigan, top of the key. Now over to Peters. Around the horn is Sorensen. Whiffs. Kerrigan from the free throw line, a little floater. Shot is up and good. Man, this Flyer team can shoot some floaters. I feel like I sound like a broken record just saying the word floater over and over. 22-21 is the score. Knights have it on the far side. Back over to, that's number 14, Ethan Bill. His shot up and no good. And now ref time. We have an untied shoe.
And it seems like the scoring's picking up just a little bit. We started out as a really low-scoring affair, and now it seems like the shots are starting to fall. As you mentioned, floaters for Freeman. They know what they're good at, so they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that seems to be the motto for the Flyers so far as they have the lead by 1. Peters back over to Kerrigan, top of the key, guarded by Luke Kaiser. Ball goes around the horn, whiffs, down low. To Peters, double team, tries to find the open man back out. That's Kerrigan. Pump fake on the 3. Now Sorensen down low, guarded by Jett. He does get the pass off. A little double team action he had to work through, but he finally does get to the basket. 3-point lead for the Flyers as the Knights have a chance to tie if they make a 3 or at least cut the lead back to 1. Kaiser on the far side, drives baseline, finds 2 Flyers around the basket. Shot up, no good. That's number 34, Tannen Auk with the rebound. Kerrigan, near side, top of the key, Sorensen. The ball goes around the horn in the hands of Luke Peters. Peters, cross-court pass back to Kerrigan. Will drive baseline on Jet as he steps out of bounds. And the Knights get a break. We have some substitutions and now a timeout on the Freeman Flyers. We'll take one as well and be back here in 30 seconds.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
Back from the break, the Knights have the ball, a little break that they need to keep this one close. They're only down by 3. I shouldn't say that it's not a close game, but you don't want to get too many possessions without points because it seems like the Flyers are scoring on almost every possession. Knights with the ball along the free throw line, that's Jet. Back out to Russell, guarded by Sorensen. Knights just have been smothered on the offensive side of the court the whole game so far. 2.5 minutes left before half. They have a back door. That's number 3, Luke Kaiser. Couldn't quite make the layup. It was there and open. They might have to go right back to that play later on in the game. Kerrigan, far side. 3 ball, no good. Who gets the rebound? Of course, it's the tall man, number 4, Brooks Jet. Knights with it once again. 2 minutes left before half. Kaiser. Now Hofer. Cross-court pass. Back to Kaiser along baseline. Kind of pushed out of bounds. Refs blows a whistle. Yes, it will be a push on the Flyers. And the Knights will keep the ball.
And we have not seen many fouls. I think neither team has had 3 fouls in a quarter yet. 2 fouls right now on the Flyers, only 1 on the Knights.
So Knights have possession. As I say, there was an open line along the baseline, but they once again, the defense of this Flyers team has done a really nice job at smothering the open lanes, has not given the Knights much to work with on the offensive side of the court. The Knights do get the rebound off as number 22, Grady Jett, finds an open man under the basket. Quick defense, quick to collapse. They do get the basket off. That's number 4, Brooks Jett, for a little put in to put his team down by 1. Kerrigan on the offensive side, near side, now over to Asen. Asen top of the key. Over to Luke Miller, ref blows a whistle, foul call. I didn't see what it was. I thought it was going to be a travel right away. But instead, no, it's going to be on number 2, a push on Elias Russell of the Knights. Minute 15 left before half. The Flyers lead by 1, 24-23. 3 ball from the Flyers, no good. Taking that shot was number 4, Christopher Asen. Knights do get the rebound. A little in transition move. A little Euro step from number 3, Luke Kaiser. Shot no good. Who has the rebound? That's number 22, Luke Peters. Now another foul called. That might have been a travel, I think, was the call on the court by number 22, Luke Peters, as he tried to take himself right to the rack. It looked like his shot did fall, but the foul on the court will negate the points. We're under a minute to play before half. The Flyers have the lead, 24-23. Knights have a chance to take the lead once again. It's been back and forth many times throughout the half. Can the Knights finish on top? Russell on the far side, guarded by Sorensen. Trying to work down low. Brooks Jett beyond the arc. 3 ball, no good, just a little short. The Flyers get the rebound. Kerrigan pushing the pace. It's a 2-on-1. Flyers don't have the numbers. Kick it back out. Now they reset. Asen, 3 ball is good for the Flyers. That extends the lead once more. 27-23. 4-point game with 20 seconds left before half. Hofer on the far side for the Knights, wanting to keep this one close. The Knights need some points here. 10 seconds. They will likely get the last shot now. Russell, top of the key. Doesn't really have any place to go. 4 seconds, tries to feed it down low. Pass intercepted by Kerrigan, 3-ball is all. It was on target, but it was just a little short. Hit the net. Nothing but net, really, but the points don't count. Well, that's halftime here, folks. The Flyers lead 27-23 over the Aberdeen Christian Knights. We'll take a break into the half and come back with stats and other facts about the first half here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available. At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Freeman Regional Health Services, we're committed to your family's health and well-being. Whether it's an emergency, an annual checkup, or senior care, we're proud to serve Freeman and the surrounding communities. We're excited to now offer Planet Heart and Body Composition scans, expanding our services to meet your needs. Visit freemanregional.com to learn more about our compassionate, high-quality care. We look forward to caring for you. Freeman Regional Health Services is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Since 1987, Sari Auto Body in Freeman has been repairing your car from headlights to taillights. Been in a wreck? They can fix it. Windshield replacement or repair? They do that too. From oil changes, tires, wheel alignments, and even engine overhauls. They can handle it all. One business in Freeman to remember, Sari Auto Body. Make them your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Sari Auto Body in Freeman is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. When it's time to get your vision checked, you go to the eye care center that has the latest technology. Vision Care Associates now offers new OptiMap dilation free exams in both the Freeman and Parkston clinics. It's quick and easy. Best of all, it keeps your day interruption free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. See the best when you visit Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
Back from break. The halftime score right now is 27-23 in favor of the Flyers. I'm Gage Ravellette on the call. Alongside me is Zach Spear running the camera and computer. Well, the Flyers are up by 4 going into half. Anything you want to talk about right off the rip, Zach?
Right now, what I'm seeing is Freeman, they started out a little bit slow, but it seemed like they were able to start picking it up there towards the end of that second quarter. We saw the same thing actually out of them yesterday. Right now, they're shooting 10 for 24 from the field. It's 41.7%. Not the best, not the worst. That's, pretty average there. But then on the three ball, they're 2 for 7. 28.6%, as you kind of mentioned. Usually you're going to have to shoot well from beyond the arc if you're going to want to win a state game. And right now, Freeman has not been shooting super well from the perimeter. But on the flip side, their mid-range jumpers, as you had said, the floaters seem to all be going in. They need to keep attacking, doing what they're doing well. But at the same time, you do have to switch it up a little bit. I don't want them to shy away from the three-pointer. I know I've kind of contradicted myself, as earlier I said I don't want them relying too heavily, but I also don't want them totally going away from it. You know, some of these shots are going to start falling, and the momentum you get from knocking down a three is always a little bit extra on top of when you just get a layup or something. So I'd like to see them still taking threes, not too many, but still take them. When you get a good open look, I don't want to see a hesitation. I want to see you're either going to shoot it or you're not. You know you've got to be decisive with it and know whether it's going up or it's not.
Yeah, I agree with you. The floaters have kind of been rolling with a floater, but let's take a moment and look at some of the stats. Leading the team for the Flyers in terms of scoring is actually tied at 9 between number 11, Taden Kerrigan, and number 22, Luke Peters. I mentioned it during the game. They've kind of been the two that have done it all for the team, especially with David Waltner out. You kind of thought Tate Sorensen was going to have to pick it up. Well, it doesn't really matter when you have Taden Kerrigan and Luke Peters doing it all as well. Looking at some of the other stats, leading the team in assists is Tate Sorensen. He has 2, not many assists for this Freeman team, but one thing to keep in mind is a lot of their points have came in either transition or floaters. You don't really get assists if you should get kind of just drive to the rim by yourself and put up the floater.
Been a lot of ISO ball.
Yep. One last stat I'd like to take a look at before we talk about the Christian Knights is Taden Kerrigan has 5 steals. 5 steals in one half. To me, that's a lot of steals. The Flyers have done a very good job at creating turnovers for the Knights, creating a little chaos and getting in transition. That's how you win basketball teams or win basketball games, is by getting and scoring in transition. So 5 steals by Taden Kerrigan is a good start in a way to do it. Looking at this Aberdeen Christian team, leading the team in scoring with 9 points is number 3, Luke Kaiser, and leading the team in rebounds is number 4, Brooks Jett, who has 8. He only has 4 points, 8 rebounds though. I imagine he's going to get close to that double-double as he only needs 2 rebounds. Not really about that, but he needs to put up 6 points in the second half. And really, his team's going to need him to score a little bit more on the offensive side, mainly down low. The Flyers have done a very good job at plugging up lanes, but you got to get your big man the ball. You got to feed your big man down low in the post. Well, that's all we got for stats so far. We'll take a quick break and be back for the start of the second half here for the Class B tournament in Aberdeen.
It started with a rancher who built a fence that bordered a land. This is where we began. A copper wire strung from one fence post to the next. That lone wire went on to connect one family to another and then another, until one day it touched us all. At Golden West, we didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No, we just brought them together.
At the Freeman Parkston Dental Centers, you will receive the highest quality comprehensive dental care in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Freeman Parkston Dental Centers strive to provide the best general, cosmetic, and emergency dental care in the area. In addition to general dentistry, they offer Invisalign, teeth whitening, dental implants, and pediatric services. The team is highly trained, professional, and compassionate. Freeman and Parkston Dental Centers are a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
From break and the start of the second quarter. Before we begin, I'd like to thank SDPB for allowing us to be here and covering these teams and the games. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All of the games will be broadcasted live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Another group I'd like to thank once again, and I just can't thank enough, is the Freeman sponsors. Sponsors are allowing us to do what we do what we love, and I can't thank them enough. Vermeer of Freeman, Merchant State Bank, CHS Agronomy, C&B Operations, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Dental, Vision Care Associates Freeman, Freeman Lumber Company, Golden West Communications, Core Trust Banks, Sioux International, Sorry Auto Body, Freeman Regional Health Services, Janelle Pearson, Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Yankton Thrive. Once again, thank you all our sponsors for all that you do. We can't do it without you. Now on to the action. The Knights started the half with the ball, but quickly turned it over on the offensive side of the court. Freeman now has a chance to score the first points of the half as Kerrigan double teamed to back out to Peters. Peters around the horn with the ball. Sorensen wanted the three, elects to not shoot it as Russell quickly collapsed on him for the Knights, and that ball goes out of bounds. I don't know who last touched it. I imagine it was the Knights who did. Yes, it was. So the Flyers keep possession and are still on the hunt for the first points of the half. 27-23 is the score, 30 seconds into the third quarter. That inbound is quickly booted out of bounds. So another inbound will take place for the Flyers.
And if that first inbound wasn't exciting enough, here's another, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Kerrigan inbounded to Peters. Mid-range shot, pump fake instead. Sorensen top of the key, three ball up and is good. The Freeman Flyers start this half in entertaining fashion. 30-23, the lead is now 7, the biggest of the game for the Flyers and everybody in total. Nice down low, that's Brooks Jett, almost had what looked to be maybe a dunk. Foul called, he should go to the line for 2.
I think if there was no one else below him, that was getting flushed down. Well, instead he picked up the foul. He's headed to the free throw line. Got to be happy with it either way.
Yeah, you can't be mad at free throws. So Jett, first free throw no good. He will stay with 4 points so far unless he can make this fifth one.
And as we mentioned, a chance for a double-double for him. He needs 6 points and a couple boards. Should be manageable for a player like him.
So 5 points so far in the game for Brooks Jett as he makes a second free throw. 30-24 is the score. The lead is 6 for the Flyers as they have the ball. Peters, top of the key, around the horn. Number 10, Sora whiffs. Kerrigan down low, loses it. Now on the floor, stripped by Jett. Jett now in the hands of Hofer, trying to push the pace, maybe catch the defense by surprise. Kick out pass to Russell. Cross court, Kaiser along baseline. Runs out of room. It looked like he maybe kicked it off the leg of Sorensen before he fell out himself. Just a retained possession, and they do. The Knights have it under the basket along the baseline, inbounded to Hofer. Hofer on the far side, guarded by Kerrigan. Had a screen set up for him. Instead, will go the other way. Shot no good. Now Jett, his shot no good, and the Flyers get the second rebound following the offensive rebound by the Knights. Flyers up by 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Another three ball from the Flyers, no good, just a little strong. Off the back iron, loose ball picked up by Peters. Peters, now Sorensen, back to Peters, three ball up, and I wanted to say good so bad, but it misses left. Russell gets a rebound for the Knights. Now the Knights kind of push the pace. They settle down, let things set up. Trying to direct the offense is Russell, top of the key. Russell over to Johnson. Johnson, Knight on the far side, trying to back his way into the paint. Pass intercepted by Kerrigan, who loses his feet. It's a 2-on-1. Kerrigan just can't contain possession. He does draw the foul, so they will get a chance to set something up on the offensive side of the court. Ding for the foul is number 1, Dylan Hofer. You know, Hofer, that was really the only thing he could do. He was outmanned. You draw the foul, they don't shoot free throws, and you give the defense a chance to reset and maybe get an actual stop here on the offensive side of the court. Anyhow, Kerrigan inbounds the ball to what I believe was Sorensen. His 3-ball no good. Kerrigan got the rebound, and now a foul called, I believe.
That foul on the Knights, and you know, we just saw back-to-back fouls. The first one, I loved it. Great, smart foul. Second foul, do not love. You know, that one maybe just a little frustrated you didn't pull in the rebound.
And he reset the shot clock. Kerrigan 4-3, a little too strong. 2 bounces off the rim and no good. Knights get the rebound. Knights have it. Russell top of the key. Had room to drive. Instead, kicks it back out to Jett. Jett over to Grady Jett. And now whistle's called. And the Knights will retain possession along the baseline. Foul called. It looks to be on number 11, Tatum Kerrigan, his second of the game. Knights get the inbound shot, is up, no good. They do get the offensive rebound and draw the foul. Back to the line is number 4, Brooks Jett, as he couldn't make the basket following the offensive rebound, but like we said earlier, you can't complain with free throws.
And so now all of a sudden 5 fouls before we hit even 3 minutes into this third quarter.
First free throw by Jett is no good. And yeah, like you said, either team didn't really hit 3 fouls in either of the first 2 quarters, but now 5 fouls total in not even the halfway point in the third quarter. Second free throw is no good by the Knights. So Freeman gets away unscathed on that one, as Peters has it at the top of the key, guarded by Kaiser. Kerrigan on the near side. Pass stolen by Russell. He does manage to get control, but he doesn't have the breakaway layup. Instead, he'll get it over to Jett, who has a room to the rim. He scores the basket and draws the contact for the and one. 4-point game. Before the free throw, trying to cut it to 3 is number 4, Brooks Jett. You know, we didn't really say his name a lot in terms of scoring, but this is the 3rd time he's gone to the line here in the second half, and I imagine he's going to score a lot more throughout the rest of the game. We do have a timeout on the court. It looks to be a full timeout as well, so we'll take one here.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msb-sd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is always proud to sponsor the athletic and academic activities of the communities they serve. Good luck to all the area teams in their games.
CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Back from the break, and Brooks Jett on the line for not 2, but 1, following the basket and the foul. And 1 does fall for Brooks Jett, puts him at 8 points, I believe. Yes, he is in the game. Ding for that last foul is number 22, Luke Peters of the Flyers, his first in the game. 3-ball from Luke Miller is good on the near side, right in front of the camera, actually, to extend the lead to 6. 4:30 left in the third quarter. The Flyers lead 33-27. Knights have the ball following the and 1 and 3. As Jett down low, basket up and good. He's looking a little unstoppable here in the third quarter. We'll see if he can keep it up and bring the Knights back into the 5th and 6th place game. Turnover by Luke Peters on the offensive side of the court. Knights get it back, hopefully to cut the lead even more. Russell now over to, that's number 14, Ethan Beal. Shot no good, rebounded by Kerrigan.
I like the shot selection. It just didn't end up falling there.
Yeah, you can't expect all of them to fall, so a miss here and there isn't a bad thing. Luke Miller on the far side. Wanted to drive along the baseline, but no room, had to pass it out. Kerrigan, a little hook shot. 3 bounces off the rim. How does that fall? But it does. 35-29 is the score. 3:40 left in the third quarter. Russell on the far side for the Knights. Looking for a place to go. He picked up his dribble. Now it's Brooks Jett. Kaiser on the near side. Got a screen for him. Back to Jett along the baseline. Between the legs, back out. The Flyers are leaving no room in the paint to score. 3-ball wide open for the Knights. That's number 14, Ethan Beal. A little happy when that one fell. A little celebration. I can't really be upset. I would do the same thing. 35-32. The lead has all but shrunk for the Flyers as number 20, Luke Miller, will draw contact and he'll go to the line for 2.
One thing I will say, the Flyers, they picked up 4 fouls immediately here in this third quarter. One more foul automatically puts Aberdeen Christian to the line in bonus. They've done a nice job not fouling since. But at the same time, Aberdeen Christian's offense has now started rolling. They know they can be aggressive because if they get a foul, they're shooting.
And the first free throw from Luke Miller is no good. So the score will stay a 3-point lead for the Flyers, 35-32. Hopefully Miller can make this one for his team to extend the lead back up to 4. And he does, so 36-32. Some substitutions as Luke Miller does check out. Number 4, Christopher Asen, will take his place. Knights have been on a roll as of late. They really have found their groove on both sides of the court. Russell now in the hands of Jett on the near side, guarded by Asen. Jett now into the far corner. That's Kaiser looking to drive along baseline. Has a man on him. That's Sorensen. Sorensen is giving him no breathing room. Back out to Russell. Cross-court pass. Beal has it. Just made a 3. Hands it off to Jett, and a little push is called. Knights will keep possession. We'll see who is dinged for the foul. That's number 4, Christopher Asen. His first foul, I believe, as we wait for the board to update. Yes, it is his first foul in the game. So actually, no, that puts the Knights in bonus. Jett will go to the line for 2 instead of just inbounding the ball. So Knights have a chance to cut this lead to 2. But instead, the first one won't fall for Brooks Jett.
And really, the one area of his game where he struggled tonight has been at the free throw line.
Jett all year has been a 67% shooter from the free throw line. He has made most of them tonight, so I guess according to the law of statistics, he was bound to miss one of them eventually. Freeman down low is Asen. Had plenty of room, couldn't get the shot up quick enough, blocked by Jett. Knights get it back, 3-point game. They're down by 3, 36-33. Looking to maybe tie. Russell driving in the lane, will just take himself, draws the contact. Ball won't go. It was in, but fell out. As Russell will go to the line for 2 more. The Knights being in bonus with 2 minutes left in the third quarter is huge. You have 2 minutes where any sort of contact will probably send you to the line. Big look for the Knights as they look to cut the lead and maybe take the lead once again. I didn't really talk about it at half as we ran out of time, but there was 18 lead changes between the two teams. Really, it was a 1-point game, and the score just kept going back and forth. As them one free throw is good from Russell, but the second one is no good. So 36-34 is the score. The Flyers still have control. In this one, with 2 minutes left in the third, timeout was called. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds.
At C&B Operations in Freeman, we're proud to be part of this vibrant community where hard work, passion, and dedication shine through every student. Whether on the field, in the classroom, or on stage, every student is a champion in their own way. We're here to support Freeman and Freeman Academy athletes, scholars, and students involved in clubs and activities that make our town thrive. C&B, your hometown partner, cheering on all the young champions of Freeman.
Keep dreaming big and reaching high.
And back from break, it's only a 2-point game, 36-34. The Flyers on top over the Aberdeen Christian Knights. Knights do have possession as number 2, Elias Russell, will look to inbound for his team. And he does, gets it into number 3, Luke Kaiser. Kaiser hands it right back to Russell as Russell tries to direct some sort of offense, puts himself in the corner, back to Kaiser along the wing. Kaiser trying to get a screen for himself, instead hands it off to Jet. A long baseline shot up, no good. Who gets the rebound? It was a long one, poked free, the Knights do. Kaiser, little runner, no good. Tipped his rebound back out to Jet, whose shot is no good. The Flyers finally get it back. Peters taking himself a little bump, doesn't get the shot to fall, but instead will draw some sort of contact.
That's now the 10th foul here in the third quarter. Neither of the first 2 quarters did we have even 5. Now we're up to 10 in this one. Definitely tightening up here.
Yeah, and as a close game gets later on, a little bit more contact as you really want to push ahead. First free throw from Peters is no good, off the front of the rim, so it'll stay a 2-point game, and we have a handful of substitutions from each team. Number 3 and number 2, Elias Russell and Luke Kaiser for the Knights check out. Number 10, Raymond Rodriguez Martinez checks in, and I can't see the number of the other one. It looks to be number 22, Grady Jett. Second free throw also no good for Luke Peters. So a 2-point game with a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Jett crossover around Peters, has room to go. Ref blows a whistle. I don't know what the foul was.
I believe it's offensive.
And I think it was a little push by Jett as he got the crossover. So the Flyers get it back.
Both teams are in bonus now, but with a possession foul, no free throws on that foul.
Peters hands it off to Waltner. Waltner on the far side gets it back to Peters, tries to go up for the basket, shot no good. Knights get it back. I think that one was blocked or tipped somehow early on in the shot, allowed for the miss. Hofer, top of the key, looking to maybe take himself, instead gets it down low by the block is Grady Jett. Grady Jett loses it, puts it back in the hands of number 20, Luke Miller for the Flyers. And the ref blows a whistle, will give I think it actually went out of bounds was what happened as the Flyers get it back following the inbound. Peters looking to drive, 3 men on him, loses it. It's a jump ball. The ref calls no contact or anything. Instead, the possession arrow does favor the Knights.
I like that call. Good clean block. No reason to call a foul on that one. Send it to the line. Just a great defensive effort there as we are in a tight one. Only a 2-point difference.
Only a 2-point difference indeed. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 36-34 is the score with the Flyers on top. Russell will bring it across the court for the Knights as the shot clock is off. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Russell looking for a place to go, trying to set something up. Who will take the last shot is the question. Now over to Luke Kaiser. He was the man to go in the first half for the Knights. It looks like he'll take the last shot as well. Along the baseline, he kind of gets trapped, hits it off the leg of number 32, Oliver Waltner, and out of bounds. 4.9 left on the clock here in the third quarter. The Knights will for sure take the last shot. How will they get it? Inbounded, a lob to Brooks Jett. 2 seconds, 1 second, Jett. Prayer shot almost falls a little too strong as it hits the back of the rim and shoots right back at him. Well, that's 3 quarters, folks. 36-34 is the score. The Flyers are on top. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the start of the fourth quarter here in Aberdeen.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter. One more time. The score is 36-34. 8 minutes on the clock. The Flyers have the 2-point lead and the ball. Inbounding for the Flyers will be number 42, Tate Sorensen. He's played a pretty good game tonight. 9 points for his team out of the 36. Inbounds the ball to number 11, Caden Kerrigan. He has 11 points for his team, and now a mid-range shot up and good. Nothing but net. What a way to start the quarter. That seems to be a phrase I've been saying a lot. The Flyers are really good at starting the quarter off hot. Knights have a chance. They have been working themselves back. They just can't get over the hump of 1 or 2 points. Kaiser on the near wing, looking for a place to go, gets a screen from Russell. Had Russell open on the pick and roll, but instead elects to go to Jet, who's wide open with a little backdoor cut. And the lead is now 2 again, 38-36. 30 seconds into this one, Freeman has it back. Sorensen on the far side, now Kerrigan. Kerrigan tries to feed it down low to number 32, Oliver Waltner. But instead, a foul will be called. I think that's number 4, Brooks Jett. That will be his 3rd of the game. Jett had 4 points at the half. He's now up to 13. Really worked his way into this star role that he has. Jett picks the pass off, so another turnover for the Flyers. Back in the hands of the Knights, who have been rolling as of late. Foul called on the shot, so number 3, Luke Kaiser, will go to the line. Had a little English on that layup, but couldn't get it to fall with the contact.
Little Euro step trying to get in, but defense wasn't fooled, but they still drew the contact, headed to the free throw line. A nice play.
You know, and like we've been saying all game, you can't be upset with 2 free throws. Kaiser misses the first one. He is a 58% free throw shooter coming into the state tournament, so odds are he makes this one. Second one does fall. Nice even 50% for Kaiser, as the Knights get one back on the Flyers. 1-point game. We're under the 7-minute mark left in the game, as Freeman has a chance to extend it again. Miller now with Sorensen on the far side, looking for a place to go, drives it himself, slices the defense, gets the contact and the and one. We have a replay for that one. Roll it.
What a play right there. Finds a spot, drives it, doesn't care about the contact, puts it in for 2, a chance at a 3-point play.
Around the big man of the Aberdeen Christian Knights. You can't complain at that play at all, as the and one is up. No good, but still a nice play nevertheless. Rebounded by Jet, who puts it in the hands of Hofer almost immediately. Knights have it on the offensive side. It's Kaiser on the far side, looks to drive, meets a man in the paint, backs out. Knights looking to reset. Russell top of the key. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Still plenty of time to set something up. Jet Johnson along the baseline, double team. His pass is stuffed by Sorensen, who gets the turnover. Sorensen loses it in transition. Stolen by Dylan Hoffer of the Knights. 6 minutes left in the game. The score is 40-37, and now an over the back, or not over the back, a carry is called on the Knights, so Freeman gets a little break and the ball back.
So back-to-back-to-back turnovers here we see. You can see the energy and intensity is picking up. On the flip side, when you're putting in that much energy, and you're more prone to make those mistakes rather than when you're playing it slow.
You're getting a little careless. I'd like to see at least one of these teams try to slow things down and set something up. Kerrigan now over to Waltner. Waltner puts it in the hands of Whiff. Haven't seen much of Whiff tonight, as Whiff feeds number 32, Oliver Waltner, who forces his way.
You shall receive.
A little muscle into that one as he finds a basket. 42-37, all Flyers. Now contact, that's a block on the Flyers. Number 42, Tate Sorensen, try to draw the charge. He doesn't get it. That will be Sorensen's first foul of the game. Shouldn't be too worried about foul trouble as there's only 5:40 left in this one. Knights get the inbound, quick inbound to Grady Jarrett, who puts up the three, no good. The Knights do get the offensive rebound now in the hands of Luke Kaiser. Russell, top of the key, looking for a place to go. He picked up his dribble, almost stolen by Kerrigan, who tried to jump the pass, left an open lane for the Knights. Shot is no good. Flyers get it back. Full court press as the Knights are trying to get more steals as that one goes out of bounds. The Knights want possession. I didn't see which way the refs called it. It will be in the hands of the Flyers. Crowd is not the happiest about that call. They think it was off the Flyers out of bounds, but instead we'll have a timeout. It looks to be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be back in the minute for the last 5 minutes of action here in Aberdeen.
At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Freeman Regional Health Services, we're committed to your family's health and well-being. Whether it's an emergency, an annual checkup, or senior care, we're proud to serve Freeman and the surrounding communities. We're excited to now offer Planet Heart and Body Composition scans, expanding our services to meet your needs. Visit freemanregional.com to learn more about our compassionate, high-quality care. We look forward to caring for you. Freeman Regional Health Services is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Back from the break, and with 5.5 minutes left in the game, we have a doozy. 42-37 is the score. The Flyers have the lead and the ball, but the Knights are not out yet. Each team has 2 fouls left in this one. I don't know if we'll worry about the bonus too much, but the energy is high. A lot of contact is being made. We'll have to see how the refs think of it. Inbounded to Kerrigan for the Flyers. Kerrigan has been an all-star for his team in this one, especially with their main man, Walter, out. Kerrigan at the three-point line. He wanted the shot, tries to go in, back out, doesn't find any room, elects to pass it off. 32, Oliver Waltner will draw contact. I think that was actually an offensive foul. I don't know if it was a travel or just a push or something, but anyhow, the Knights get it back. 5 minutes left in the game. The Knights down by 5 as Hofer hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser on the near side looking for something to do with the ball. Gets it to Russell. Back to Hofer. Jet on the near wing. Like I said, Freeman's given no room to breathe for this Knight offense. They're leaving the three a little open. The Knights have capitalized a little bit, but not too much. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Russell, 3-ball, no good. He was hurried on the shot. He had room to shoot it, but anyhow, loose ball on the court. I think it's going to be a jump ball. Yes, it is, as Kerrigan was on the court with the ball, and Hofer was standing on top of him, his arms on it as well. And now a full timeout is called. No, it's immediate timeout. Nevertheless, we're going to take it, and we'll be back in a minute.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Since 1987, Sari Auto Body in Freeman has been repairing your car from headlights to taillights. Been in a wreck? They can fix it. Windshield replacement or repair? They do that too. From oil changes, tires, wheel alignments, and even engine overhauls. They can handle it all. One business in Freeman to remember, Sari Auto Body. Make them your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Sari Auto Body in Freeman is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
And back from the media timeout, This one is looking to be a good one as we near the final moments here. 4.5 minutes left in the game. The Flyers are leading 42-37 over the Aberdeen Christian Knights. The Knights do have the ball. Russell will look to inbound. Yes, he does. He finds Dylan Hoffer. Top of the key, guarded by Kerrigan. Now Kaiser on the near wing. Kaiser looking for a place to go. I think he picked up his dribble. No, he didn't, as he now drives to the rim. Ball poked free. That's number 10, Sora Whiffs. I think a foul was called. Yes, it was on Whiffs. Man, I thought he got the poke free. What did you see, Zach?
Yeah, it was a tough call, and in those situations, I just like to say I'm glad I'm not the one making the call.
You're right. The Knights get the inbound. A shot by Grady Jett. No good. The Flyers get the inbound, or get the rebound. Sorensen on the far side. He had room, but he couldn't get a clean catch on the pass. Anyway, he will find his way to the basket, put up the shot, and score. Another basket for Tate Sorensen puts him at 11 points in the game as we're 3:45 left in the game. Knights have it under basket. Grady Jett, basket no good. Offensive foul is called on Grady Jett. I don't know if I like the call, but I'm not the one calling it, so I'm going to have to deal with it as Grady Jett will pick up the foul. His third of the game. That would have been a nice play. I think I don't like it because it was a nice little play in my mind. But anyhow, Flyers get it back up 44-37, 3.5 minutes to play. That pass stolen by number 4, Brooks Jett, who has a chance to the rim. No, instead a foul will be called as he loses it out of bounds. It will be number 10, Sora Whiff. Another foul, almost back-to-back for Whiff. His 4th of the game. So he will have to be careful from here on out.
And it's the team's 4th, not to mention, so you know what that means. Next foul, bonus free throws.
You know, I didn't think we were going to have to worry about the bonus, but we might have to, as a shot from the Knights, no good, rebounded by the Flyers. What a pass from Kerrigan to get to Peters. Peters couldn't finish the play as the Knights get it back, but it was almost slick. One more foul for the Flyers will put the Knights in bonus. Something all Knights fans would like to see. Jett down low, draws the contact, shot no good. So the Knights are now in bonus, and he's shooting 2 regardless. 3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. The Flyers are up 44-37, a 7-point game. Brooks Jett looking to cut the lead just even a little bit. He's 3 for 7 so far in the game. And now 3 for 8 following that miss.
And right now, you know, he's wishing he made these free throws. This would be a much closer game.
Second one also no good as that pass from the Flyers stolen by Luke Kaiser. Little Euro step and more contact, but he makes the shot. All hype for the Knights as Luke Kaiser will now go to the line to make it a 4-point game. 44-39 is the score. We're under the 3-minute mark left to play. Kaiser has a chance to cut the lead to 4. He's 4 for 10 in field goals for the night following that layup. As the Flyers need to be a little careful. Instead, a timeout will be called by head coach Matt Rohrsbach. A full timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be back in a minute here in Aberdeen.
Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. When it's time to get your vision checked, you go to the eye care center that has the latest technology. Vision Care Associates now offers new OptiMap dilation free exams in both the Freeman and Parkston clinics. It's quick and easy. Best of all, it keeps your day interruption free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. See the best when you visit Vision Care Associates in Freeman and Parkston.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer. a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
Back from the break, 2:49 left in the game. The Flyers are up by 5, and they have the ball. Flyers have gotten a little sloppy here down late in the fourth quarter as the Knights try to keep storming back. They get down big and always bring it back. You think they're going to get over that 1-2 point hump, but they haven't been able to yet. Freeman gets it inbound. It's Luke Peters, top of the key, guarded by Luke Kaiser. Knights have done a very good job on the defense of late. We'll see if they can get another turnover. Freeman on the far side, Luke Miller. Now Luke Peters from the free throw line. Little fadeaway jumper, no good. That one out of bounds. Stays in possession of the Freeman Flyers. You know, I had the timeout wrong before half. It was the Freeman Flyers who took the timeout and not Aberdeen. So the Flyers only have 2 timeouts left in the game, whereas the Knights have 4 to use at their disposal. Inbounded to Kerrigan. Kerrigan trapped on the far side, does get a pass off to Luke Peters. Peters back to Sorensen. Sorensen looking to drive himself, faces a little contact. Shot is made. Are they going to draw the foul? I thought the ref
I think it's an offensive foul on Freeman.
Oh. I thought I seen the ref blow the whistle, but I didn't see the 2 shots. So an offensive foul, a charge on Tate Sorensen. That's a huge swing, Zach. That's really a 4-point swing potentially, as you have the made basket and the one free throw 3-point swing. Excuse me, as Sorensen now has his 3rd foul in the game. The score is 44-39 still with 2:18 left in the game. Dylan Hofer will bring it up for the Knights, guarded by Kerrigan. Down low, Grady Jett. Ball goes back in the hands of Hofer as they try to set something up. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Stolen by the Flyers. Kerrigan hit the deck somewhere on the far side. It looks like he might be hurt a little bit. Yes, he is. He's limping. But where the action is, the ball goes out of bounds, but the Knights keep possession.
Kerrigan just looked at Coach Freeze and said, I'm good, so he's going to keep himself in.
You don't really want to be taken out in this one because this game is where the action is, and a chance to get 5th place is on the line as a 3 ball from Luke Kaiser, no good. Offensive rebound from the Knights as they make the second chance points. And now a timeout is called by the Knights by now head coach Matt Rohrbach. So we'll take one as well. Actually, no, we'll just keep it here. With 1:43 left in the game. It's a 3-point game, Zach. 44-41 is the score. Flyers still on top. What do you expect from either team with the remaining minute and a half in this one?
Well, the madness of March, to say, it's upon us as this game has been back and forth. Freeman's really kind of held on to the lead. It's felt like they're more so trying to coast into that win. And on the other end, Aberdeen Christian just can't quite, as you've mentioned a couple times, just can't quite get over that hump. What I'd love to see for Freeman, set up your offense working. I want to see them attack the rim. I don't want to see a shot beyond the perimeter unless it is wide open. You've got the 3-point lead. Try and make it a 2-possession game. A 2-possession lead is so convenient compared to just a 1-possession lead. It might only be a point difference, but it feels all the world of a difference. And when it's a minute left, leading by 2 possessions could be the make or break. But on the other end for Aberdeen Christian, I like that they keep attacking. They know 7 fouls in this quarter against Freeman. They know that they're in foul trouble now. So I'd like to see them keep attacking as we just saw in that last bucket.
Yeah, fouls have been huge for this Knight team in the second half. We'll see if they can keep rolling with the contact. Anyhow, Flyers have the ball on the far side. It's number 10, Sora Whiff, as he brings it up for his Flyers team. Now in the hands of Kerrigan. He was limping a little bit. He seems to be a lot better, moving a lot better now. On the near side, Luke Peters back to Whiff, top of the key. Whiff looking for a place to go. He just can't find anything. Sorensen down low in the paint. Can't get the pass out. Tip passed away from Kaiser. Try to bounce it off. Sorensen on the floor right in front of us, but Sorensen just caught it. Anyhow, a timeout was called on the floor. A little chaos there in the last second. They were hoping for an out-of-bounds ball. 30-second timeout. We'll take one now and be back here in 30.
It started with a rancher who built a fence that bordered a land. This is where we began. A copper wire strung from one fence post to the next. That lone wire went on to connect one family to another, and then another, until one day, it touched us all. At Golden West, we didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Back from the break, a little wonky play here right in front of the camera. Sorry if we didn't really get a good angle, but it's kind of tough when the action's happened like a foot away from you.
Protecting the camera. I mean, I was a little scared they were going to come over this table and tackle us.
Yeah, the Flyers were playing defense, and we were playing our own defense as well. Flyers have the ball following the timeout from the Flyers. They only have one left in this game as it's inbounded to Kerrigan. Down low, Sorensen. Double team, gets over Grady Jett and makes the basket. Huge basket for the Flyers. The score is 46-41. Minute left in the game. 3 ball from the Knights. Almost good as that one's tipped out of bounds by Russell. Russell wishing he had it back. He thought his teammate was there when he tipped it, but his teammate left the area and nobody was there to get the rebound. Substitutions for both teams as Tate Sorensen checks back in. No, it wasn't a substitution. They just switched sides of the court. That looked a little weird. I thought it was a sub. Anyhow, I was wrong. Inbounded to Luke Miller. And now a foul is called on the Knights. It will be their 4th of the quarter. One more will put the Flyers in the bonus. Ding for the foul is number 2, Elias Russell. His 4th of the game, so he will have to be careful here in the last minute. 55 seconds on the clock, and we have a substitution. Number 0, Jet Johnson, will replace number 2, Elias Russell, for the final minute. We'll see how long he sits on the bench as Freeman now needs to make a crucial inbound. With under a minute to play, Whiff will inbound to Luke Peters. Intentional foul from the Knights is number 3, Luke Kaiser, will put number 22, Luke Peters, to the line.
I got to say, I'm a little surprised as early a fouling. You're down 2 possessions, 54 seconds to play, a little early on the foul. If you get a defensive stop, make a bucket, you can make it a 1-possession game. Either way, though, they've got their game plan. They're going to stick with it.
Yes, they will. First free throw, no good from Luke Peters. So a big miss for the Knights as they still keep it a 5-point game. A little easier to come back when the lead is 5 rather than 6.
And on the second free throw here, it goes up and rims around and in. Falls, making it a 6-point lead for Freeman. 50 seconds to play in this one.
As Zach said, we're under the 50-second mark. 47-41 is the score. Knights need to score quick. Brooks Jet right to the rack is good. And now a timeout following the basket. Only a 30-second timeout, 42 seconds left in the game. The score is 47-43. I think we'll just keep it here for the final minute of this one.
42 seconds to play, Gage. It's a 4-point game. Freeman leads 47-43. A relatively low-scoring game, though, as Freeman's a team that scores over 60 points per game on the season. 66, actually. So it's been low scoring, and it started out that way. But 42 seconds. This is when free throws, you've got to have them. If you're Freeman, you know you're headed to the free throw line. You've got a 4-point lead, and with the time, we already saw, Aberdeen Christian showed the hand that they're going to be playing. They're going to be fouling. They're going to force you to the free throw line. This is when you have, personally, I have my best free throw shooter inbounding it. That way, you can try and get it in and right back to the inbounder because usually nobody's on that inbounder. We'll see, though, how Lance Friesen, coach of the Flyers, decides to go with this.
Yeah, and as you said, free throws are going to be big, not just for the Flyers here, but for both teams as they are both in the bonus. The lead is 4 for the Flyers, 40 seconds left. A crucial inbound for the Flyers. They need to get this one in. Whiff inbounds it to Luke Peters, who was just at the line. Now an intentional foul is called on the Knights, so Luke Peters will go back to the line. I don't have his stats like I do for Christian, so I don't know how good of a free throw shooter he is during the course of the season, but I have to imagine if you're putting the ball in his hands, he's got to be pretty good.
So at the free throw line, this could be the icing on the cake here, but he's going to need to make at least 1 of 2, it feels like.
First free throw up and good for Luke Peters. That extends the lead to 5 for the Flyers as number 10, Ramon Rodriguez Martinez, checks out, and Elias Russell is back in for the Knights. 5-point game, as I mentioned, 38 seconds left in the game. Second free throw, no good, misses right, rebounded by the Knights. Hofer trying to push the pace. He doesn't have a lot of time. 3 seconds separate the game clock and shot clock. Hofer loses it in the hands of Kerrigan. Kerrigan, last-ditch pass, has a wide open Tate Sorensen, and that should be the dagger on the game. 20 seconds left, a 7-point lead. The Flyers will move on to the 5th and 6th place match tomorrow, as the Aberdeen Christian Knights will fall to the 7th and 8th place match against the Lyman Raiders. The Flyers will take on the Wall Eagles.
Well, sending Aberdeen Christian to the line, about a full second taken off. That's really the one way the Knights could get back into it. It's still a little bit of a stretch, but they are not dead yet.
Yeah, I might have called this game a little too soon, as Brooks Jett goes to the line. Down 7, first free throw, no good. You gotta make both your free throws in this one if you want a chance to come back. Brooks Jett hasn't been the best on free throws in this game so far. He's been to the line plenty of times. He has 15 points in the game, especially starting with 4 at the half and ending with 15, now 16, following the second free throw being made. The lead is now 6 for the Flyers. Timeout was called. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back momentarily.
At the Freeman Parkston Dental Centers, you will receive the highest quality comprehensive dental care in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Freeman Parkston Dental Centers strive to provide the best general, cosmetic, and emergency dental care in the area. In addition to general dentistry, they offer Invisalign, teeth whitening, dental implants, and pediatric services. The team is highly trained, professional, and compassionate. Freeman and Parkston Dental Centers are a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Back from the break, it was a full timeout, so we still got a little bit before the action resumes. There's 16.7 seconds left in the game. The Flyers are up by 6, 50-44. This really has came down to the tight game that we were expecting. And before we wrap things up here in the fourth quarter, I'd like to thank SDPB one last time for allowing us to cover these games in this action. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All of the games will be broadcasted live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. So as I was saying, 16 seconds left in the game. The Flyers are up by 6. They get the inbound to Tate Sorensen, who's trying to weave through the defense and just run out the clock. 10 seconds. Kerrigan now intentionally fouled as he was close to the basket. He almost had a chance to put up the shot, but instead he'll go to the line for 2. 9 seconds left in the game. Kerrigan has a chance. If the game wasn't already over, these free throws will surely end it for the Knights.
This for a 3-possession game now.
First free throw is good for Taden Kerrigan. That now puts him at 14 points in the game. The second leading scorer, only behind Tate Sorensen. Second free throw up and good. He was kind of fading away from that one, knowing it probably didn't matter too much and just wanted to get back on defense. Luke Kaiser to the rim. A little funky shot. Will it be a foul call? I think it was, yes. Luke Kaiser will go to the line for 2 more, 3.5 seconds left. Substitution for the Flyers as number 10, Sora Whiff, will check out. Number 4, Christopher Asen, will replace him for the final 3.5 seconds in this one. Luke Kaiser to the line. No, excuse me. Whiff didn't just get checked out. He actually fouled out. That was his 5th foul of the game. I didn't even think about who the foul was on, but
I don't think he minds too much up 7 with 3.5 seconds to play.
Nope, you can't be too mad at fouling out when you're up with only 3 seconds left. So Luke Kaiser tries to intentionally miss the second free throw, maybe get his own rebound and the score, but that one will just go out of bounds, a little low on that shot. So the Flyers get it back, looking to inbound one last time. Hopefully, no. Jet Johnson will intentionally foul as well. It should be his first foul of the game. and I think it was Luke Peters who will go to the line for 2.
You know, not really sure on that foul. At this point, 2 seconds to play. You're down 7. This is usually when you kind of just wave the white flag. Either way, we'll get 2 more free throws. I'm sure Peters probably not too upset that he can up his numbers.
Yeah, he has 11 in the game so far. Hopefully the first free throw no good, but hopefully the second one will put him at 12. So 2.1 seconds left in the game. The Flyers are up by 7, now 8, as Peters makes that second free throw. And one last shot by the Knights is no good. So now the final score, 52-44. The Freeman Flyers come away with the win over the Aberdeen Christian Knights, as the Flyers will now take on the Wall Eagles in the 5th and 6th place game tomorrow. We will be covering that one here on Classic Hits and Fuller Digital on YouTube, as well as kvht.com. But on the other hand, the Aberdeen Christian Knights will fall to the 7th and 8th place game against the Lyman Raiders.
So tomorrow's game for Freeman against the Wall Eagles will be tomorrow at 1:45 here. And then that 8th place game will start at noon. That'll be between Lyman and Aberdeen Christian.
But don't go anywhere, or I guess go away for a little bit, but come back later tonight as the Viborg Hurley Cougars will take on the Dale Rapids St. Mary Cardinals. We'll be back live for that one. That game is set to tip off at 7:45. We should be live just before then. We'll take a quick break, wrap things up with the final game stats, and be ready to send you out of here in Aberdeen.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
So back from the break, to wrap things up, they ran out of stat sheets. Hopefully they're printing a few more. It looks like they might be, but we'll get stats here in a little bit, maybe as we get them. To wrap things up, one last time, we will be covering the Viborg Hurley game here tonight at 7:45 is when the game is to tip off. So we will be live a little before that. Once again, the Flyers win 52-44. Let's take a look at the stats as I just got them in my hands. Leading the team for the Flyers in scoring is number 11, Taden Kerrigan. He ended the game with 14 points, but also right with him is number 22, Luke Peters, with 12. And leading the team in scoring is number 42, Tate Sorensen, with 17. Both Tate Sorensen and Taden Kerrigan led the team in assists, each with 3, and leading the team in rebounds. Total rebounds was number 42, Tate Sorensen, as well, with 7. On to the Aberdeen Christian Knights. Leading the team in scoring was number 4, Brooks Jett. He only had 4 at the half. He ends the game with 16. What a second half to try to bring his team back, but it wasn't enough here as the Flyers kept on rolling. Also leading the team in scoring was number 3, Luke Kaiser. He ended the game with 12 points, so just behind Brooks Jett, but still impressive 12 points from Kaiser. Leading the team in assists was Luke Kaiser with 3, and leading the team in total rebounds was Brooke Jets with 16. He ends the game with a double-double, 16 points, 16 rebounds. And really, the turnovers for each team, the Flyers had 20, the Knights had 19, so kind of back and forth in the turnover column. And another big number I'd like to point out is the amount of steals. The Flyers ended the half with 7. They finished the game with 12. Quite a few steals for the Flyers, but they kind of slowed things down in the second half as they try to coast, as you mentioned earlier, to the win. The Christian Knights on the other end had 0 steals at the end of the first half. They end the game with 9. So they really kind of picked things up in the second half to try to claw their way back. They couldn't quite get it done, but still an impressive 9 steals for the Flyers. Any last words, Zach, before we wrap things up?
Oh, well, we're halfway done, actually. We've covered 2 games. We've got 3 to go yet. Later tonight, we'll be covering the Viborg Hurley Cougars as they take on Del Rapids St. Mary. I'll be on play-by-play. Gage and I will be flipping. He'll be on camera, running stream. And should be a great game. 7:45 tip-off. It's the number 2 and number 3 seeds taking each other on. We'll be live right around 7:30. And, of course, we'll bring you all the action live. It'll be on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, as well as kvht.com. Before we send it out, I do want to say thank you to all of our Freeman sponsors of today's games. They include Vermeer, Merchant State Bank, CHS Agronomy, C&B Operations, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Dental, Vision Care Associates Freeman, Freeman Lumber Company, Golden West Communications, Core Trust Banks, Sioux International, Sari Auto Body, Freeman Regional Health Services, Janelle Pearson, Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Yankton Thrive. Again, we will be covering tomorrow's game for the Freeman Flyers in the Consolation Championship against the Wall Eagles. 1:45 tip-off will be live right around 1:30. Again, on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com. That's actually where all of our remaining state games will be. Just looking forward to tonight and excited for what should be a fantastic game, as pretty much every game has been.
And everything else for the high school state championship games, whether Class B, Class A, or Double A. Check out STPB for complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships. Visit stpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcasted live on STPB television, and for updated content, please check out STPB Sports on social media. Well, that's all I have here for the afternoon, I should say. Once again, thank you for joining me. I'm Gage Ravellette. Alongside me is Zach Spear on the camera and computer. One last time, good afternoon, and have a good rest of the evening.